in Colorado at the time there was no commission.
Right.
So you just have a show and have anybody fight whatever rules and everything.
That's why they had the UFC here, right?
That's why the first UFC was here. The first one,
nobody would sanction it.
No, yeah, nobody. You didn't have to sanction. You just do what you want, right?
Right.
Rent an arena and have everyone fight. So again, the gymnastics owner, the promoter there, would just have legitimate shows and bought the Battle Cage and.
Is it John Peretti?
John Peretti came through here. Yeah, he was the UFC because. It was called the Lone Wolf Invitationals for the first couple shows, and then he renamed it to the Boss Rutan Invitational.
Boss Rutan Invitational. I was there. Yeah, I was there. John Peretti was the one running it, right?
He was like the talent scout for the UFC. So if you did good in those shows, you went to the UFC.
That's right.
So it was legitimately like a pre-UFC show. It was the Lone Wolf Invitational. It turned into the Boss Rutan Invitational. Right. And I was just randomly teaching out of that facility and then fighting on those cards, and then he'd bring Boss in.
That's how you got into it.
So just kind of random coincidence, really. I always knew I was gonna fight, and I knew I was gonna be a world champion when I was 15. Just something I felt and pursued, and just one thing led to another, and now I'm teaching out of this gymnastics facility that's having legitimate full-on MMA fights with the current UFC matchmaker John Peretti, and then Boss Rutan, the King of Pancrase, shows up, right, and then he'd be the special guest, and then the next day after the show, and I fought on every show, and then after
that's amazing, huh?
He would run a seminar.
What are the chances, huh?
But what's crazy, like the people that came through there was like Modi Hornstein, Pat Smith, Jens Pulver fought there, Joe Stevenson. Who's the big? There's a guy who fought Pride, Crazy Horse. He was the Texas Crazy Horse though.
Oh yeah, no, the Heath Gracie killer, right?
Heath Herring.
Yeah.
Heath Herring came through there. Again, Yves Edwards and Mark Court. So we had quite a few people, like legitimate people who are still in the game today, come through that organization.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it was legit.
That's pre-King of the Cage, yeah.
Pre-King of the Cage, yeah. So it was just. I just again randomly come across like legitimate martial artists, like no McDojo people at all ever that I've ever come across. That's why we're sitting here today, is we're legitimate martial artists still on the path of pursuing our own development and then sharing and giving it back to people. But